what's up YouTubulous? EXO coming at you here, about to go ape shit on Frankenstein. That's right guys, we are preparing for 30,000 watts of power, bigger amplifiers about to be installed, so we need to be taking care of all this messy stuff back here. We're gonna start things off by taking care of our little SBC RCA distribution box straight over there from Scott Bowman Customs. We didn't even have to worry about those big bundles of Y splitters looking all shitty in our install, so let's go ahead and enjoy some tunes while we get this bad boy off, because we got lots and lots of carpet to remove. Okay, there's all the RCAs for the 6 bass amps, all coming from the distro. And now you can notice that on some of the wires we had to use these little elbows. That's because the tops of the amps were so close to the ceiling due to the batteries. The bus bars were just too close to the heat sinks, so we had to work around it. This time we're going to disconnect all the bus bars and try to get a little bit more distance between the back of the wood and the beginning of the battery. Hopefully that will translate to a little more working room, if you know what I'm saying. Looking good so far, and now on to the most important part of this whole revamp, the bus bars. We need to take these off and totally redo them with 48 holes for our amplifiers. It's gonna be dual inputs on top of dual inputs. So that means we need to rip off all this plastidip. We kind of went a little bit overboard with 8 freaking layers of the stuff. Fumigated the damn room last year because I accidentally did it indoors, but it should be pretty fun and pretty easy since we did so many layers just to peel this off like a blown balloon. The stuff stretches pretty fun, and it actually wasn't too bad just taking the camera with one hand and just going around and peeling up all the red. I got a lot of that on film, so I'll throw up a little bit of it right now and also show you the difference between the area that was not covered because it is night and day. The oxidation on the other side was like blah, just can't deal with that, so that's why I'm going to continue to cover the copper just to prevent that. And I really like the way this stuff just peels off nice and easy months and months later, and once we get all those new holes drilled we'll be able to recoat it with the same damn colors. Should be looking mighty tasty in the end. The only not so tasty thing was the fact we were collecting a little bit of water underneath them every time we opened the back hatch, but luckily we found the hole, so no more sticker sabotage. Pretty bummed out that mostly all the labels on these batteries are now water warped and looking all shitty, but now that the hole is covered I can hit Nendo back up for some freshies. So for right now we gotta go ahead and rip these bad boys off. Now there's been a surprisingly large amount of questions asking why I chose to use washers for this particular use. there's actually a great reason for it. This is not the mounts for my amplifier, it's the mounts for the amplifier rack. So by using these washers, it allowed me to step out the wooden rack bit by bit to make it perfectly flush between each two pieces of wood. But because we got 4 amplifiers at once and then added another 2, the carpeting was intermittent to say the least, not the best cosmetically. So now this is my official redemption for making her look good from the inside out. At this point, you may be wondering what the hell is with the wood chips. Well, that's the result of drilling through behind the box when it was already carpeted. Every single bit of the flakes fell behind the carpet when the drill bit punctured through the wood. This time around, we're going to try to prevent that by doing things a little bit differently. Tearing in the Frankenstein, and we're going to be giving ourselves a little bit more space here for our amplifiers. It was really kind of a pain in the ass tuning it, trying to get our hands up into this tiny space, so we're going to remove a little bit of it, this metal right here. You can see our LEDs. We're going to safely cut just around there so we can get a little bit more clearance. Actually, I may move these and cut from right here, actually, just to get that much more. So, because the amplifiers come out about 2.5 inches. But she's looking good. We got her all torn apart. We gotta obviously fill up all these holes. I'm not gonna do that yet because we're gonna put the amplifiers where they're gonna go, and then I might be able to recycle some of these holes without having to drill more in there. So, just figured I'd give you guys a little quick little midway update. That's what we're gonna do right now. I'm gonna set the tripod up, get to cutting here, get to grinding with my goggles on. right, she's all carpeted. Looking real good, everybody. And we're redoing this panel with 3/4 inch. It's actually my wood table. I have a couple little things that you can see. I did lots of cuts on it, but I'm gonna be covering this up, so it's definitely thicker than that other stuff, the other 1/2 inch stuff. So we're gonna be cutting through some holes, but not as many as you remember. Probably one big one right here for our ventilation fan, which is all coming up in the videos to come. And we got our power wires coming up right here for all the amplifiers, and the ground wires over on this side for our 3 amps and all that. So everything's gonna be plumbed in right here. But let's take a little step back. She's coming together. It's gonna be redone, all of it.